Welcome back. We're continuing our look, or my first look into the demo of the Book of Hours. I'm back on the screen because I want to get a nice thumbnail. But let's continue. Welcome back, librarian. Everything is remembered, because I remembered to save and load. Which, by the way, you can, just as a note for anyone curious, you get to name your save file now, as opposed to, I suppose, having only one. Interesting. We left off as we were about to head to the smithy and visit an old friend. You here? How? Actually, let me... Denzel Smith has more work than he needs, and he rarely opens his door to strangers. You need an introduction or a mutual acquaintance marked with Edge, Forge or Grail. Someone in a similar trade or someone who can appeal to his secret passion for saffron cake. Oh, Grail. Shelter, we need... do we have soaked? Yes, we have soaked. Put that in there. Did that count? I'm curious if the book... Let's see if the book would count. No. But the book count... Oh, it needs... Sorry. It needs both winter and soaked. Please, I'm cold and freezing. Save me. Denzel only has the one bed, but he can offer me a straw mattress in the smithy. It's smoky, but the warmth is very welcome. Without another word, Denzel sets about stoking the fire. Nice. And yeah, it seems that we have a fascinating timeline appear. So now we have time passing, which should restore these fatigued... What was it? Fatigued. Should restore these fatigued aspects, I'm guessing. We have the rising and sun and moon, and these are, I'm guessing, seasons passing. So we have winter, that looks like spring. Let's find out. Ooh, there's a timeline under that. I would like the ability to zoom out. Oh. We've moved into spring. Oh man, we can zoom. That's interesting that we can zoom in that far. It's quite neat. I do like, as another thing, the kind of reaction of when you hover over them, they react in some way. Well, it seems that the lights just light up, but it can happen in other ways as well. Anyway, is there a hotkey for this time acceleration? I have taken shelter. Denzel pauses at the door as I wish him good night. Son will be back, he observes, always do. Okay. Used to say that in the war, didn't we? The words linger as he clumps up the passage. The lamp flame flickers red, gold, red. Memory, revelation. Some truths come to us from outside or above. Lantern. Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. Thomas Brown. Lantern is a principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and the light above it. Yes, that place. Scale, heart, nectar. Oh, that's we get nectar. The green wealth in the world's veins, the pulse of the seasons. Long ago, some called this principle blood. Ooh. Wonder how long ago. What is left of the crude powers of the deep earth? As you do. So in here we can use our metal, I believe. I'm always welcome at Denzel's smithy. Denzel will offer help for free as a friend. So I wonder what I can... Okay. And then I assume everyone else would. Post office. We need a book that isn't wet, but sadly our drowned journal is wet. The postmistress may have something for me once I know what to ask for. A place of power, a place of knowledge, beneath the sheltering hand of Her Majesty the Queen. Well, Reverend Timothy is a hospitable soul, but Terrace, his housekeeper, guards her employer fiercely. Terence, not Terrace. She doesn't want his innocent theological enthusiasm getting him in trouble with the new king's men. You need an introduction, or a mutual acquaintance marked with the lantern, knock or sky. Perhaps someone who shares his interest in theology or poetry. So we've got the new king, and the new king has men, so I'm thinking where was it, Cornwall or somewhere? Cornish, yeah. Cornish fishing village. So we have the new king, who came about recently, but the postmistress refers to Her Majesty the Queen. I wonder what's going on there. Front steps, I need a mutual acquaintance to introduce me to Reverend Timothy, perhaps someone who shares his interest. Well, I don't have any introductions. Yeah. Theology or poetry. Keep an eye out for that. Mrs. Kill, the midwife, is tall and gloomy. Mr. Kill, the undertaker, is slight and wry. In these troubled times, both are wary of strangers. You need a suitable marked introduction. Check. A suitably marked introduction. Check the slot. So just any of these really. They seem quite... It's possible to get them through a variety of means. After the restoration of 1930, the new king's agents came looking for his enemies in these parts, and they weren't gentle about it. Since those days, the locals are suspicious of foreigners. No one in these sweet bones will talk to me. You say that, but I have some shapt, and metal. I chose the talky talk aspect. Though I kind of want to throw my metal into the blacksmith, see what happens there. Pence, the eccentric currency of a fallen empire. 1 penny is 4 farthings, 12 pence are 1 shilling, and so on. Assistants, the librarian lives alone. Yeah, and the librarian, yep. I wonder what this space is. Can I put something there? And we have a memory of fear and a memory of revelation. Interesting. Cucurbit Bridge. We need assistance of some sort, and one of those. Hush House has been empty for 7 years. Those 7 years have rendered the bridge perilous, so the bridge is out. Every sword bridge to the Isle. Each bridge lasts 100 years or 200, then the sea disposes of it. This, built in the 1890s, is the newest bridge, but that doesn't mean it's new. Valid. So I'm guessing we're going to need to go across sands. Would be interesting. Yep. And I don't think we can touch on that yet. It's only the neighbouring locations we can... Neighbouring to somewhere that's already been unlocked. I think I'm going to try my luck with the smithy. I go through all that just to decide to stay here. Sorry, my chair is squeaky. Denzel rarely works for free, but he won't take payment for helping a friend. Soaked. Do I still have soaked? I have book. Denzel watches with grave interest as I dry the book in the warmth of his forge fire. He provides wads of cotton to put between the pages, but otherwise he keeps his distance. He is wary of the written word. I am beginning to suspect he cannot read. I do not expect he will ever tell me. I mean, if someone's like too afraid to get near a book, there's a good chance they might be afraid to read. Oh well. Typical Cornish person. I'm joking. Dry out a book. Blah 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 blah. I've already read that. So now I have a scarred book. Goatskin, antelope, some scarred leather that catches at my memory. I should know. We have a journal. We have readable and uncatalogued. There's nothing as safe as ignorance. We have thing and knock and mystery edge. Okay. So that means we still can't use our book here because it's uncatalogued. I suppose we could consider it. We can also try our luck in the post office with it if this doesn't provide anything of interest. Visitor thing. Okay. So they're using the same symbol for both. Okay. My journal. The storms so scattered. My thoughts. I would like to know the hotkey for speedy uppy time. My journal, I am sure of it. The storm scattered my thoughts, but each page I turn is familiar. I begin to recall why I came here, to understand my curse and redeem myself. More about your origin and your aspirations in your journal. Oh, got more shapt. I don't know how to pronounce the A in that word. Eloquence and understanding, it's still a thing. One of the 9 parts of the human soul, and I gave up most of the rest of it. This is now Sandscarred Journal. We should be able to wisdom with it. I am the librarian of Hush House, and this journal will record what arose from my crime and my curse. The archaeologist came to Hush House to master scalescopy, so they can atone for their crime, one way or another, but you can complete the game by mastering any wisdom. Ooh. So I'm in it. The archaeologist. I opened a tomb and found, too late, that it was a prison. The plague I released is now my shadow, or perhaps I am its reflection. It's too late to see matters right, to set matters right, but it is not too late to make amends, nor too late to protect the future from the past. I see. Got a thing, we got a journal. It's readable. Nice. Okay, so am I able to use my shout in here? A tough audience. I've charmed tougher. Give it a try, I don't see why not. But I'm used to the Cultist Simulator approach of multitasking. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. The root of memory, there are always choices, and so there are always regrets. Plus Trist. I don't have any Trist at the moment. I think Trist is one of the things I had. Oh, that's an unorganized button of some sort. How does it organize? I'll put that there. It just... I don't know how that organizes, but it's nice that it's there. I am going to allow this to pass time first because I don't want to multitask and miss something. Not that I think it would happen, but... Silver tongue. Okay, so it kind of waits for me to, have a look. Tougher audience, I've charmed tougher. Eventually the other patrons unbend enough to let me buy them a pint and let me listen to them complain about the weather. I'll find a warmer welcome here next time. Memory, solace. So we have the sky. Would I be... Yeah, let me double check. Snug. Cards and objects can go here, but not all cards or all objects. Has this changed? The Sweet Bones has been the public house in Brankrug since Cromwell's time. Its history is notable, its beer is not. Guests look for discreet employment or for discreet assistance. Congregate in the snug. So we have pence and an element of the soul. Guess I can talk here. So this would be using the forge aspect. There's not much work on offer in Brankrug, but I can find 6 pence worth of odd jobs. Yes. Could throw this in here. Heart. So it uses the... I want to say strongest. An associated aspect. This shape has 2 knock, but it didn't pick up the knock for some reason. Probably because knock is thieving, and you don't really want to... Well, the way I would see using knock would be thievery of sorts, and you probably don't want that in a small town. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. There's not much work. Let's see if I can introduce myself here first. No, I need an introduction. I got this memory of the sky. Okay. Well, let's first try this book, because I would like to assign. So flip that. Trist. The change and the longing. One of the 9 parts of the human soul. Committed. You've determined whether this should belong in the wide kingdoms of understanding. Oh, sorry. You've determined where this, not whether, where this should belong. Travelling at night is neither faster nor safer. That's why we do it. Knowledge of the ways of it and byways of... Is that what this says? Oh, so it gives you more stuff. So I could put this down there, I guess. It's not committed, right? Maybe not. No? Okay. I'll leave this for now, as I don't fully know if I can... Oh, I've put the root of memory here. Here I begin my climb. As you learn skills, you can decide where in the tree of wisdoms they belong. Enrich your soul as you catalogue the invisible world. So I've committed the book already, so that is there. So I can't obviously recommit that elsewhere. But if I could have committed it elsewhere, it would fit the... or would it? No? No. That's a different symbol. Similar but different. God, I'm terrible at clicking apparently. Memory is the archaeologist is different to Skelecosophy. Okay. Well, let's have a try at... Be interested. What can I do with this? Moth. I've garnered enough mystique to tell fortunes for pennies. Undignified perhaps for the librarian of Hush House, but times are hard. Let's lean more into Forge. Why not? Post office. I can... The postmistress regards me with the chilly gaze of a goddess image in an ancient hill shrine. The librarian, says she, Yes, I have something for you. Wait here, please. I don't want to lose the book. Hopefully, I don't lose it, but I'm curious. And village. Yep, I've read that already. Something for me. Good, I get my book back. The postmistress returns with an envelope addressed to the librarian, Hush House, Frankrook Isle, postmarked in Wales a week ago. Okay. Welcome. The trust congratulates me on my appointment as librarian of Hush House. The trust assures me that it will provide the promised stipends and funds for the maintenance, I can say words, of the library, but reminds me that its resources are limited and suggests I seek local assistance in restoring the premises. Let us know when you're all set up and ready to receive visitors, it concludes. It's signed simply the trustees. I would quite like it if they could, I don't know, send over a bridge builder or something. A 10-shilling note. £0.50, but not half a note. A recent innovation. Okay. So I have a welcome now. I don't think I know what to do with that, but I'm gaining pennies out of this. For a quarter sixpence or something. I forget what it was. Yeah, sixpence worth of jobs. I know I'm British, but I have no fucking clue how much sixpence is. You'd have to be about 60 to know what that is, or a nerd of some variety. As they used to say in my youth, the day is done and so am I, but I've earned my pay. Sixpence. Yeah. The silver coin of least value, but silver nonetheless. I do like how it's not like a single stack of money. It is like denominations of currency. That does feel quite nice. And yeah. So then you can like earn multiple shillings as you would. I was seeing if each separate segment of the inn is a different place, but it appears to all be the same. Sixpence. Let's see if I can gain sixpence out of that. Obviously, when I say I don't know how much that is, it quite obviously 6 pence, but like, what can that buy you was the thing I wasn't sure about. Talking, I don't have an assistant and I don't have visitor, so that's okay. Consider, I suppose I could consider the book. Books are the memory that does not die. Add aspects to match the book's mystery. If a book has more than one mystery, you might need to decide which interpretation you favour. Okay. It sounds like this is... no, that's still passing. Oh, it might have been time passing up here. Soul... Skill... I don't have any skills. And a memory is optional. So... aspects to match the book's mystery. The mystery of this book is edge, I believe? Yes, edge. If it has more than one mystery, you pick which one you prefer. I don't have any edge at the moment. I have a memory of fear. Do I not need to throw in... Interesting. So question mark I would assume would mean it's optional, but no question mark I'd assume required. However, it doesn't appear to be the case. Also, it does appear that I can... How does that work? Okay. So, because I've got edge... sorry, I've got consider open, I can... Yeah, it's quite neat. Don't think I'd use it, but... Yeah. This would be kind of a waste of health. I don't see any noticeable difference, at least not one that benefits, other than maybe element of the soul. I'll throw it in just for the element of the soul aspect, in case that, you know, bears relevance in a check. What's the M for ×2? Okay, I could look that up in the thing. The fortune I tell may be true, and they may be real. The money, at least, is real. 2 pennies, grand. I mean, they're 2 pennies instead of a single 6pence, but I'm pretty sure it would have been better to throw heart into there and Trist into the other one. Is Trist just... No, they do have other aspects to them, but not when they're exhausted. Oops, something there disappeared. I've mastered it. I begin to understand. You've provided enough edge to match the mystery edge. My health is tired. My book is there. Lesson Ragged Crossroads. I've gained more understanding of Ragged Crossroads. Use this card with consider or at a desk. So we have more memories. I'm guessing... Has this become something else, or is it still... Mastery Edge. I'm well acquainted with this text. Okay, so I'm guessing that means I can't read. Yeah, no? Although, I can just read the book by itself. Yeah. I mean, might as well. I'm not doing anything else with the book. I don't think anything will come of that, but... Yeah. Oh yeah, 27 minutes. I'd like to see the day passing and see all my, what are they called? What are they called? It's a bit... Elements of the soul. See them refill. Dusk, night is falling. Night has fallen. Dawn will come soon. Something to consider. Oh, I got back my fear. Grand. Wait, did that undo? No. I just acquired fear from it. As you do. Can I put the fear back into it? That'd be dumb, but... I've already mastered this text, but I could reread it and perhaps recall a memory. Ah, so... Because maybe because the fear went into it, I can recall that as required, so I might get a second fear out. Things have ticked by. Yep. Ah, and my other memories have faded. Is there a reason for that? Or is there a reason these haven't faded? Oh, these are lessons, not memories. These are memories which survived because one was being used in the book and the other was reduced from the book over the passage of the night. Okay. Working with him, I don't know what I'd get from him. I think maybe I'd be able to convince him to let me across the way. I still don't have any introductions. I have a letter. I could reply to this when I'm at a writing desk. Okay. So my objective is to either fix the bridge or get some sort of assistance crossing the bridge. I have the Denzel on my side. The people here seem really... Oh, I have money. 1 shilling, 12 pence will hire a casual labourer's services. Okay. So I need to earn a shilling. And I mean... In spring, the local miners often travel to the Feast of Lights below. If one breaks his journey at the Sweet Bones, a shilling will buy his labour for a day. Miners offer scale and a little moon. Okay, so scale and a little moon. What is scale? I swear I've heard that before. There's moon. There's winter. There's assistance. So, yeah. What's it? I can't interact with anything on here because there's nothing there. I'm hesitant to spend my 10 shilling note because it's money. I'm greedy. And I'd rather... I'm a fucking dragon, always trying to hide my money away. Fuck it. Let's spend the money. It's the start of the day, so hopefully we won't lose the assistance of someone too soon. The spend money, got a thing, got back a 6pence, shilling, half crown, and a miner's assistance. Let's collect them all. And we're interested in this fella. Thus they more or less ruled themselves with the help of their wild Celtic temperament, made wilder by the hardness of their lives and the truly ghastly conditions under which they worked. ... With all this, it is not to be wondered that the Tinners acquired the reputation of being scarcely human, but it must be remembered that among them at all times were those whose characters could stand comparison with the best of men. L. Russell Muirhead. I'm terrible at words. Scale, that's it. Found it. It's the thing that I have on my health aspect. So I can maybe crap this guy to... Nope. Where did it... Yes, because forge... Yes, forge and forge. Open the way, please. Huzzah! Cucurbit Bridge. Hush House has been many things over the centuries, including it in the nocturnal period of 1896 to 1932, a yowl. No one remembers that period fondly, but at least it meant Nocturnal Bridge paid for a new bridge. Nocturnal Branch. How long have I been getting that from? Just that one place. Nocturnal Branch paid for a new bridge. Okay. Can I get into here? Keeper's Lodge. Is that the whole thing? Just there. Okay, so this little outhouse. A cottage where Hush House's groundskeeper lived until the fire. If I can get into the place and make it habitable, I can use it as a base for reclaiming more of the house. I am loving this sort of the feel of this sort of exploring and in a way like traversing, going on a journey and not just sitting at a table in a figurative manner. Yeah. So to get into here we would need some sort of breaking and entering. We need help. Always with the help. The local blacksmith can defeat the door. The rector probably has a spare key, and the wife knows how to jiggle the latch on the back door. midwife. Okay, so... Well, I know my guy, don't I? Someone may have the key, but I'm not talking to them. Hey, you'll offer to help for free as a friend. I have a request. Okay, so he only likes me when I'm wet. I see. Oh, I've gone to 35 minutes. Considering this is likely to be a dead end, I think let's stop here for now, as we are making our way closer to our appointed residence, our domain, the library. Cool, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying seeing my first look at the Book of Hours demo. I don't know how long the demo goes on for. They said only the first part. Perhaps we can go as far as getting to the desk, getting to the writing desk maybe, or maybe we won't even get inside and we just get inside this here, Keeper's Lodge. But we will find out as we continue. Thank you for watching.